What's up, Head Kick radio listeners? I almost forgot the name of this podcast.
You did, fuckhead.
Dude, that was wild.
Daddy's back. Let's go.
He's back. He brought some snacks.
We're here. I didn't bring no snacks. Weight cuts. Prime time, real deal Holyfield right now. I brought coffee.
Dude, do you think you're going to be so hungry when you get in that cage, you're just going to chomp on somebody's ear?
No, I'm going to fuel up real proper after I get that weight in.
Just be like, man, I've been starving for months.
My weight's actually really good. I woke up at 194 today.
Oh, that's
so
good.
I'm only 24 pounds over a month to go.
How much water weight are you going to cut on the day of?
The day
or
of?
The day at weigh-ins or before?
I don't really know. I'm hoping to get to like really, really low before the week of. And I already took that Friday off. So I'm going to go there Thursday. So if I have to, I can cut weight all Friday. But I don't think I really need to. I think I'm going to get good enough and just get low enough beforehand to where I'll just be like stepping on the scale and good to go. Maybe cutting a couple pounds in the morning and that'll be it.
How are you going to cut? Are you going to do like something crazy like an enema, or are you just going to do a hot bath?
No.
Like, what are you going to do? Put on the garbage bag and go running? What are you going to do?
Right now it's just running and dieting. I don't eat. I used to fast till a certain time, like till like 2 o'clock, and then eat throughout the night. Now I just do it the opposite. I wake up, fuel up a little bit, go work, and then I'll stop eating about 3 or 4 o'clock, and then just go train the rest of the day. Don't eat till then. You stop eating at 4, you wake up, and you eat at like 9 a.m. There's a fucking 18-hour fast for you.
Dude, I know. When I was asking Kyle in the previous podcast about, should you? I know. Well, he can't because he's trying to put on weight.
That's what happens. Little people out here, like he wasn't knocking.
I feel
it
like
either,
we're
but for
slowly fat shaming ourselves here. Us big people.
Well, we were both way bigger, and I'm getting littler now. But he should be piling everything into him. Get big.
He's looking good. He's staying.
No, he's not skinny by any means either.
No, he's stacked.
No, yeah.
But he was talking, and I asked him the question about is it more important to eat before the workout or after the workout? Because I've always been somebody like I need to eat before so I have enough energy and fuel in my body to train. And I never really cared to eat after because I was never really that hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, you should definitely eat after." And I worked out, this week, one day after. What was it? Probably a couple of days after that podcast, and then I ate. Within a couple of hours, I felt so lethargic for the rest of the evening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, I felt like I just, ate a block of cement, and I was like, ugh.
Depends on what you ate too.
I just had a little bit of pasta, some spaghetti.
You can't be having pasta. Yeah, pasta's gonna make you lethargic.
Dude, that's all I had in the refrigerator. I mean,
you never have. Okay.
I usually
talk about
just
this
fast
for a second. This guy, I thought it was going to be an anomaly, and the first time I came over to his house, he just wouldn't have anything in the fridge or something because I think he just came back from Oklahoma or whatever. It wasn't an anomaly. This dude doesn't have food here. There's no such thing as food. He has like eggs, a bunch of meat in the freezer, and that's it. Coffee, eggs, meat in the freezer.
That's what I survive on.
Serial killer fucking meals.
Dude, I am.
That's
right?
ridiculous.
Dude, I mean, like, if somebody just walked in my apartment.
Variety is literally the spice of life.
If somebody walked into my apartment and then just looked at because, all I have is like pepper, salt, and some garlic powder. And then just meat in the freezer, some eggs, water, and maybe some cheese.
Dude is real white.
Cheese in there.
This dude is real white.
No, they'll be like, dude, this dude's up to something.
No, this guy's real. No non-white person only has salt, pepper, and garlic powder in there.
That's it, bro. I'm trying to keep it clean in this thing, and I don't go out to
Spices
eat.
aren't bad for you. That's not true.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like I eat things bland.
That's gross.
You should see I have some chicken in the refrigerator now that I'm about to grill.
Somebody came over to my house about 2 years ago, probably at this point in time, and he baked some chicken in the oven. Just put 2 chicken breasts on some tin foil, threw it in the oven, took it out, and dipped it in ketchup and ate it. And I've never wanted to kick somebody out of my fucking house more in my entire life. Who do you think you are coming into my house? You make your food taste good. Put some lemon peppers, some garlic, some salt. Put some shit on your food and make it taste good. He's like, no, that's how I like it. No, you don't. Nobody fucking likes that. Nobody eats that and goes, oh, that's good. That's way better than any other chicken I've had at a restaurant before. No, you're lying. You are a lying sack of shit. And you need to do better. Do better for yourself. Oh I hate that.
You're just hating on us on this bland. No,
well,
I actually.
It's bad.
I have some like barbecue rub and things like that. I was just kidding. I have more than just the one. But
you have that. I saw that. You have the Dudley's.
Dude, my mom made that.
Yeah.
My mom's getting all crafty up in her elderly mother years. I didn't want to call her old.
Elderly? You think that was
better? Pretty harsh.
Elderly is like when you're in a home.
Yeah. I thought your mom was going to beat you up in our comment section.
Are you gonna put your mom in a home when she gets too old?
No. My mom, I don't know. I don't feel like my mom's going to be that person. I don't know if dementia or anything runs in our family.
I'm going to just throw her in a home right away. Even if she's not even fucking ready for it. I'm just going to, when she's like 55, I'm just going to be tired of it.
Just toss her.
Get in there.
You're grabbing by the back of the shirt and the back of the pants.
I'm going to grab her by her scruff and just
throwing her
like
in
a
there.
puppy. Just get in there. I'm done with this.
I can't wait for the comment section on this one. Dude, that's I don't know. That's a weird thing, but yeah, I keep it simple, man. I don't know. I feel like I have too much stuff as it is in my life. And
food shouldn't be a stuff.
You got to suffer a little bit.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not suffering at all.
Yeah, you shouldn't suffer at all. I'm never going to suffer when I don't have to suffer.
I'm too fat to say I'm suffering
right now and I don't like it.
Did you hear that story about the guy who went on, I think Rogan's talked about it a bunch, but he went on the medical fast and lost like over 200 something pounds, like where doctors administered him. And like,
and he just like literally didn't eat for like a year or something like that.
Like, because I got like a little bit of like around the spare tire area here.
He fasted for like a year because he was like 700 pounds.
Yeah. So my point is like, how long can I
go for a run?
I run almost every day. But how many days do I have to fast medically, induced, I guess you'd say, to get rid of this and just be shredded?
I feel like you could probably just like stop eating carbs for a month and do some sit-ups and you'd be fine.
Dude, I did the carnivore diet for 30 days. Did I tell you about this? Mm-hmm. And then I took a blood test and all my levels came back in the green, where I used to have a couple, like my cholesterol and stuff used to be in the yellow. Mm-hmm. And I did that. So I was dieting before, doing more like the keto thing. And then I went straight carnivore for 30 days and then went and took that blood test, got it back. Everything was perfect. And I felt good. I looked good. But I was thinking, man, this is an expensive diet because all you're eating is just straight meat every day. And I was like, this is not sustainable.
Yeah, I did carnivore for a little bit too. And it's fun eating ribeyes every day and stuff. But yeah, like you said, it gets expensive. And I personally don't feel as great doing that. I feel like
you didn't feel good?
I need greens and I need different things to digest. I feel like I'll literally just feel bricks in my stomach and stuff. And I just don't feel good doing it. I need some other stuff. I was going to
say that's what I missed. I missed salads. I missed the broccoli. I missed all the veggies, but
your poops feel better. Everything feels better.
Dude, hey, they were some weird poops.
Bricks, man.
They were weird.
Solid. Mm-hmm. Just eat a steak, shit a steak. That's the way it goes.
Yikes. But no, I don't know, but I felt good. Like I could tell that the body didn't have the inflammation. Man, it was, I keep thinking that I want to go back to it, but I got to rethink how I want to do that, because I do want to eat salads and things like that a little bit more.
Just do it the way you want to do it. Call it the carnivore diet plus salads.
But when you tell people you don't eat carbs, like their first thing they ask you is, does your breath stink because you don't get carbs? And I'm like, no, I brush my teeth.
I've never had somebody.
You never had people say that to you?
No.
I've had more than probably 10 people say that to me when we'd be talking about dieting and things like that.
Because all my friends don't know shit about dieting, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
You need to get some new friends.
No, they're fine. It's just it's not what their focus is. And all my friends are still in shape, so it doesn't really matter either.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any large friends other than the same friends we would have at the gym. Mm-hmm. That'd be about my closest ones.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Stop eating carbs. I got to stop eating carbs, man.
I'm on the carb train right now.
Just carbo loading. What's your meal going to be before the fight?
I don't know.
Whatever you thought
I feel
about
like
that?
Eating. We'll wake up, get some flowers, get a big coffee, go relax for a little bit by myself, get away from everybody, and then I don't know, maybe just fruit's usually tasty. Could go for some fruit, maybe some bacon.
Have you thought about what you're going to do at the weigh-in when you face off with your opponent and get the pictures? Because when you said that, I just thought of something instantly. You should bring him some flowers and just kind of get in his head a little bit.
No, I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not going to do any of that stuff.
Come on.
I don't like people I fight. I'm not nice.
I know you don't have to be nice, but that's like these Penn State wrestlers. Like we're watching the NCAA wrestling championships over here. And the Penn State wrestler, Bo Nickel, who's a beast at 197, he has like purple blue hair, mm-hmm. and he's just owning dudes. I feel
he's
like
also got like 60 pins this year.
And I feel like there's nothing worse than getting owned by a guy with blue hair. right? We all know he's a beast, but here's what I'm saying. Nothing feels worse knowing like this dude who just gave me flowers at the face off could just knock me out tomorrow.
Yeah, you know what else is also bad is giving somebody flowers at the face-off and getting fucking knocked out. So
it's a coin toss.
I would rather just go in there and look like I want to kill the dude and then go try to kill the dude. That's more my plan.
Come on, it's a coin toss.
No, I that's not my. I don't.
All right, that's just idea number one. I'm full of them.
I do. I'm sure you are, dude.
Could you imagine?
I'm sure they're all fantastic.
Could you imagine if I just did nothing but text you for like the next couple of months, just
dude, I would
pitching
block you.
ideas?
I'd get so fucking annoyed.
You just like, this number no longer accepts
dude,
messages.
Listen, this is what you got to do. Listen. I need you to walk out with Captain America undies on and his shield, and then the shield be his gift.
And the mask.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The mask was the intimidating thing because then he doesn't even know who it is. I'll just have Maurice go weigh in because he's a more intimidating figure, and then he'll just fight a white guy the next night. It'll be funny.
Oh, they just like do the old switcheroo on him?
Yeah, Maurice cut to 170 for the 27th real quick.
Hey, second idea. Have somebody in your corner dress up as Cupid and shoot one of those little plunger arrows. Like, not at him because you don't want to assault the man, but just like in his direction.
Yeah, you don't want to fucking Vanderlei Colby situation, getting hit with a boomerang and getting sued. How bitch is that to be a fighter and then sue somebody for assault? It's so bitch. I don't
Hang on. Did you see the Darren Till Masvidal fight?
Oh yeah, I did. I seen it.
That was a nasty.
Masvidal's nasty.
So did you? So what I want to get to is, did you see what happened after the fight when? he was interviewing?
And I'm all about. I'm with Masvidal.
Dude, what did he say?
Masvidal.
He goes, I threw the
he said,
the three-piece combo.
This is what he went. Masvidal said, I was over there giving my interview, talking about the fight. Leon was over there talking shit. I said, come say it to my face. He started walking over. So I walked over with my hands behind my back because I didn't want no trouble. He walked up with his hands up, which where I'm from means you're going to hit me. Can't let that happen. So I gave him the 3-piece with a soda. Called it a night.
With a soda.
It's like, yo, you can't walk up on somebody. And I saw the video. Leon put his hands up first. So, I don't know.
I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch it again. But I remember Leon coming out saying he didn't put his hands up.
I mean, there's a video and Leon's hands go like this. I mean, I'm not sure if he was going to fight or he saw that George was going to hit him. But Leon's hands for sure went up. And he still got the 3-piece with a soda caught to his face.
Dude, cut him open.
For sure blame the security, though. Like, there's like 90 people in red jackets around there. For sure, don't let 2 trained killers get near each other when they're not supposed to. Figure it out, stupids.
Oh, yeah. You know Dana was livid. He signed a 7-year extension.
Dana did?
Yeah, with the UFC.
I'm like, Dana's fine. Dana's great when he's great, and he's annoying when he's annoying. You just gotta let him be him for real.
That's true, but I don't think the UFC is gonna be the same when he's gone.
No, he is. He's really good at promotion and stuff. And even if you don't agree with his tactics and how he favors fighters, and I mean, when it comes down to it, he's a businessman, and it is a business. So you would favor your best product as well. Like, fucking, like Nestle loves their fucking Hershey bars the most, you know, or something like that. Whatever.
That's true.
So it's that you promote your best product the best, and for a long time he had a bunch of products that he loved the most, and they are going to get preferential treatment.
Well, I was going to say, what do you think about like Stipe not getting, you know, like he's arguably one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. We both have agreed that we think it's DC, but
I mean, he's
not getting any love.
Stipe is undoubtedly the most, just by stats, the most dominant, like wins wise, the most dominant UFC heavyweight champion there's ever been. So like that's undoubtable. Only person to ever defend the belt 3 times.
Right.
So
and he's getting no love.
He's getting no love, and he's a bad motherfucker. I mean, I want to see him fight too, but it's just the way when you lose like that. There's no need for a rematch in my mind. You got to go win again. You really do.
I agree. Who do you think he should fight?
Stipe?
Yeah. Think you should get the Francis fight again? Let's see if Francis can, because you know he's talked about his journey back to stardom, and he thinks that that fight.
Francis
was
is going to fight JDS. I think Francis and JDS are going to go at it, and that's going to be a banger.
That's going to be great. JDS looked amazing.
JDS looked real
Lewis.
Good. Yeah, JDS looked real good.
He looked like the guy who used to be the champion.
Yeah, his boxing's so good. Like we're going to see. Because he's fast too. Like people talk about.
Well, I was gonna say, you noticed he could take a punch against Derek Lewis this last time.
Yeah, it's different.
You don't think
it's harder?
Well, no. I meant like. Remember the previous JDS? He like the past 4 fights or so before this, he couldn't really take a fight like a punch that.
Oh yeah, he needed some time off. He took like a year or two off, had a suspension, I think. So I think he got his head right.
Darren Tillis, I think he put out a post. He's going to take some time off after that knockout and then go back to training and fix his holes.
Oh, that boy might. He's gonna have a rough go of it no matter where the fuck he goes because he can't wrestle for shit.
No, I think he realizes that.
So if he needs to either go run, lose some mass, and be a 170 or get takedown defense like Wonderboy Thompson, get some good movement and start like pressure fighting when you can and then countering, or just eat everything, learn takedown defense, and go be 185er and get thick as hell and just be stronger than everybody. Try to be as strong as those guys. But the problem is you're getting dudes like Weidman and Yoel where you're just not as big. And I think he's going to get tossed no matter how much wrestling he learns.
Yeah.
He also doesn't have the frame to be a wrestler. Like when he doesn't learn it already, those long, lanky dudes.
He's too far behind the game.
Yeah, he's too far behind the game with that frame to just learn shit.
Because I know that feeling all
He needs to
too
just
well.
do takedown defense, like wall walks for like 2 hours a day and just refuse to stay on the ground and not even try to learn a submission and shit. Like, don't even worry about a takedown. Just beat Chuck Liddell.
Hey, that's not a bad strategy. It worked for a while. It still works for some guys.
I mean, if Chuck Liddell, if he was a fighter now, that strategy would still work. I think he'd have to go to 185 and shit. He wouldn't have to be a 205er, but I think Chuck Liddell would do just fine in today's UFC with the way he fights.
Well, I mean, it's kind of what Conor McGregor is. I mean, minus that, he does.
It's what Israel Adesanya is.
Exactly.
It's absolutely what Israel Adesanya is.
Dude, he's a beast. Have you ever watched like some of those behind the scenes? I think EMG or somebody does down in Australia with.
I've watched all the Anatomy of a Fighter ones. I don't know who EMG was.
It's it's another
I'm sure it's a different one.
And they follow Adesanya, Dan Hooker, and
like
then
Tai Tuivasa probably or Junior Tafa maybe.
No, the Kai Francis. What's his name? Sorry, I'm butchering his name. But anyway, they follow those guys. And those guys do a lot of wrestling in that gym.
Yeah, but it's just.
But did you watch the Anatomy of a Fighter, the gym where Usman is at?
That's
Hard Knocks 365?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's whenever they can do as much wrestling as they want, but they're still just wrestling each other. They're not having anybody that's an American, all-American, go wrestle them and fuck them up. So
I know. They have
a different feeling when you have
gauntlet
it.
Down there that's just insane.
It's fun.
With
I love
quality
that
wrestlers.
watching. I love watching that shit. It's so much fun to watch.
Dude, I would love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a cool gig.
It's a great time.
I plan on one day to kind of have like a whole Head Kick Radio behind the scenes little deal and just kind of get all that going. That's still going to be in the works. Like there's some big plans for all that.
That'd be dope.
But back to Stipe because I want to get to that. Who does he fight? Because JDS looks like he's probably going to fight Francis. Stipe's got to fight somebody. It's not going to be DC and it's not going to be Brock Lesnar. Who does he get? John Jones. Oh, I just said my answer really quickly.
John Jones, I don't think, shows any interest to go up to heavyweight, no matter how much we all want him to. So I think he's going to stay there for a while and keep fucking everybody up because nobody's going to touch him there. And he's got he really has no reason to go up to heavyweight. Those dudes are way more dangerous. They hit way harder. They're way fucking bigger than him.
Right.
Like,
I feel like he'll go near when he's like, all right, I'm about to walk away just to prove that.
He's got like 3 more fights at light heavyweight, I think. Well, he already has like his whole year planned out. Like he's fighting this wise. He wanted to fight like 4 times.
He got to make up for that lost bread.
Yeah, which I don't blame him at all. And especially because he's going to destroy that division. Like nobody's touching him. Not at all. It's not even going to be close. And really, I'm not sure if anybody. I'm
not sure anybody at heavyweight really touches him.
It does because he gets. If DC can touch you and box you, and you don't want JDS to hit you. You don't want like Derek Lewis to hit. You don't want Ngannou to hit you. As much as I still think he would beat those dudes,
right?
Like if they do hit him, I think it would be a problem because those dudes are fucking huge.
Dude, hang on before you So who do you got for Stipe? And
Stipe,
then I want to jump it back into John Jones.
I think Stipe, Derek Lewis would be fun. I think Stipe.
Derek Lewis has had an ACL or MCL surgery.
Stipe, if Kane's not hurt, Kane would be fun, and I don't think he is hurt because his camp hasn't said anything about it. Like usually, if you have a knee surgery or your knee's fucked up, your surgery, and you just lose like that, your camp would be like, yeah, he's going into surgery now. He's coming out, but I haven't heard anything about that.
One of my really good friends, Cause, shout out, buddy, is a huge, like we went into that. It was so weird because I went in saying, hey, I want Kane to win that fight. He went in, he's like, no, Francis is going to win that fight. we all saw how the fight plays out.
Mm-hmm.
I texted him. I was like, oh, he just got knocked out. And I was like, that was going to be bad for him if if the referee didn't step in and keep going. We like flipped sides where he became a Kane apologist, was
Right.
like, no, Kane, hurt his knee. He was this. And I was like, no, dude, he got rocked a little bit. And I was like, he was going down and he was about to get pulverized. I go, he just got saved from taking a bunch of shots. So we did this whole role flip, but he doesn't want to admit still today that Ngannou took him out.
I mean, I think Kane tried to double leg Herb. Like, that's what you do when you're fucked up, is you just go watch people get messed up. They try to attack just the legs, and they try to wrestle the referee. Like, I don't think people understand how big that dude is and how powerful Ngannou is.
Because everybody will agree to Anthony Johnson's power, and that's who I want to see come back and fight John Jones, if we talk about, like, for John Jones. But back to the heavyweights. Francis doesn't get that respect, and he definitely deserves it.
After dude, you can't get touched, like, you at all.
No,
at all.
You just might as well lay down and take a nap.
If you get hit like Alistair gets hit, it's over. Like, if you get hit, it's over. Stipe got touched, and that's why I'm even more impressed. Stipe got hit a couple times and kept coming forward, which I think Stipe did some huckle out bullshit and warrior posed and his way through that fight. Because, man, if you look at that fight, he got hit with some shots and he's like, nope, I'm the champ. Nope. He just pushed through it.
That's what I thought too, and he did it in Cleveland in his hometown. He's like, I'm not going down.
No, he summoned the spirit bomb before that fight because he was not going down. But so I gave Steve even more respect.
Well, that's why it's so impressive that DC put him on the canvas.
Some ones you don't see, man.
I know.
He hit him square in the
Okay, so like I just wish that, especially for the people that don't train, if you could understand this feeling that I can see it, or like once I hear it, I can be like, oh yeah, you knew exactly what you're doing. But we've been training a while. I can't even like feel some of this stuff. And when DC, and what I mean by this is DC was talking when he was fighting Stipe, he was like, I came in, he's like, I gave him that little shoulder shuck. He's like, I know he drops his hands out of that break. I came over the top with the right. Like he walked through every instant of it right after the fight. So like he was so in the moment. It's kind of like he was, just, what Donald Cerrone says, just looking at himself in third person and just does exactly what he's seeing. But it's like he's doing it, like in jiu-jitsu, you can kind of do it with your eyes closed. It's kind of like he did that standing up. It was so impressive.
That's almost, in that position he was in, it was almost grappling anyway, with just an allowed to throw a shot on the exit, because that was just an overhook. That was what the hell is this thing called? Why am I?
What are you talking about? When you got the overhook, underhook?
Yeah, what is this? Just a basic pummel situation, pretty much. And Jesus Christ. And
hey, it's one of those mornings for me.
He broke out and just hit him with a shot he didn't see. And it doesn't help that DC might be pound for pound and like size wise per cubic square inch of body to person, DC might be the most powerful person in the UFC. Like,
I agree.
So
with that.
I'm sure he hits really, really hard. So don't be touched by that dude.
Dude, speaking of that, I want to jump into the big news this week. TJ Dillashaw.
I've been calling this forever. The dude has gyno. He has gyno. He's got tits. Every time he flexes, the bottom of his tit does not flex. The man has female tits on the bottom of his tits. He's been doing steroids. I've been saying that for the last 4 years, ever since he won the championship from Barao. He flexed on everybody hard as fuck. The bottom of his tits didn't flex. That's gyno. You're on steroids.
Do you think Barao was cheating too? That dude, I think he's won one fight since USADA come to town.
Oh, probably. It also doesn't help that when you get... I mean, it's not like he beat the shit out of everybody for 9 years, but it's not like he was not in wars for 9 years. And then when you get your ass beat like that, he got your ass beat. And he actually won his last fight.
He lost.
I've seen him beat the shit out of somebody.
He just lost a decision, or no, he got knocked out by his one of the young.
That's actually true. I think the fight before that.
But he's up at 145.
I saw him beat the shit out of somebody.
Back to TJ. Did you see what Garbrandt posted? The Kermit the Frog.
Yeah,
he posted the Kermit the Frog with the coffee cup
because he told him during that press conference that.
And McGregor even made a post. He's like,
I told you he was a snake.
He's like, I told you years ago he was a snake.
Well, TJ even embraced that persona.
Dude, he's made a lot of money off of it. That's a smart marketing move.
Well, TJ is also he's a bad motherfucker. Like he's a head case, and he's about one thing and he just wants to win. So I'm not surprised. And I'm sure a bunch of other motherfuckers are going to, like, everybody else pops too. It's just.
Do you remember like a few years ago when MLB was really trying to clear out the steroids in baseball?
Yeah.
And then I heard this is not an original thought, but this is something that still sticks in my mind today. And I think of it with fighting, especially I heard a sportscaster guy. He was saying, I don't, for these guys that, they're on the fringe in the minor leagues, like, hey, I could be really good if I,
took these PEDs. There's no downfall.
No, there's not, because all I got to do is hit, 40 home runs 1 year in the big leagues, and I'm getting a, 7-year deal, $100 million kind of thing. I'm going to get paid.
Yep.
So fighting's the same way.
Especially in baseball.
Don't you think fighting is a little similar in that sense? If I I'm going to have a tainted, I'm Barry Bonds. I'm going to have a tainted history, Mark McGwire, whatever. But I'm going to get paid, and people are going to know who I am forever.
It's also, the difference is with baseball, especially I could talk about this forever. We could do a whole podcast on this, honestly. In baseball, in the 90s, early 90s, or late 90s, early 2000s, those guys, everybody was fucking juicing. The entire league, the league was down. The viewings were down in the 80s. It was the worst ratings in history. The entire league, the commissioners, I was coached by Mike Matheny. I've played under a bunch of pro ball players. Like, there was people that would walk into the dugout, or into the locker room. They would be like, hey, you got a test today. They're like, no, I don't. Here's $5,000. Go test that dude over there. And it would that's what they did, because it was just so rampant, and the commissioners were looking the other way. During that time, there was
because the business was booming.
The business was booming. That was the best time. I loved it. I fucking loved baseball.
Dude, real quick side story. The year McGwire hit 70 and Sosa hit 66, I was like 9. My brother and I went to spring training. My mom took us, and my brother and I got Sammy Sosa to sign 3 baseballs.
Oh, nice.
And he signed 3 for us, and then walked away from everybody. This gentleman pulls out a stack, like a rolled up stack of cash, and he was like, pulled out some hundreds. He goes, I'll give you 100 for each one of those baseballs. I didn't know what $100 was. I was trying to sell these things. My mom come running over. She's like, no, you're not selling these things. I asked her probably about a year ago. I was like, Mom, don't you think we should have got $100 for that? She's like, yeah, it might have been a good idea. I was like, hey, should have let me be in charge there.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, I have Sammy Sosa's autograph in my room.
I have the newspaper of when Mark McGwire hit his 70th. It's pretty cool. But
anyway, back to PEDs and sports.
It was just so rampant then. And I don't even, as somebody out of baseball now, I don't even, like, Barry Bonds is the best baseball player
statistically.
Arguably, talent-wise, to me, him and Ken Griffey Jr. are arguably the 2 best baseball players that ever walked the face of the planet. Like, Barry Bonds is the only member of the 500-500 club, only member of the 50-50 club, and this was before he was on steroids.
But I want to say, like, there was 2 different versions of Barry Bonds. There was Slim Thug Barry, and then there was Thick Thug Barry.
When he was Slim Thug Barry, he was still a member of the 40-40 club, one of the only members of the 50-50 club, and then all these dudes were on fucking steroids and started working out after the game, and he was like, oh, this is what you guys motherfucking doing because you don't have the talent that I have? Let me show you what I could do when I get on these steroids. 74, suck a dick. And that's what he did, and I don't even blame him for it. He's the best, and he should be in the fucking hall.
It was 73, but yeah.
It's whatever. I don't give a shit.
I know too many useless stats.
And I used to, but I was so far away from the game.
Could you imagine if I knew that about rocket science?
I know. What I mean? But imagine how much harder rocket science is. That's the thing also.
But hey, do you think it comes easily to somebody who is good at rocket science?
No. I think that some people are inherently better at math. Like I feel like I could have done some math. I feel like I never would have got there because I didn't want to. Like, if that was the way I think people are wired to like shit. And I think you can get good at whatever you like. And if anything you find interesting. So if you and I found rocket science very interesting, and I say, ooh, pretty cool. But I don't find it interesting of how the X and the pi goes over the Y, and then it makes the circumference of the rocket fuel come together in the second chamber. I don't know nothing about that, nor do I care to know about that. But I'm sure if I did, I could get good at it because I'm not dumb. Like, we're not dumb.
No.
So
I don't know. Well, I mean, that's debatable.
I'm not dumb. Okay.
We're a little dumb. We're dumb in certain areas. Like, we're dumb with the things we don't know.
Yeah, so is everybody else. If you go ask a rocket scientist for the most part to shoot a double leg, if they're not fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson, they're going to suck.
Dude, you know what broke my heart as I have gotten older is, you know how you hear about, like, oh, this professional, go ask this professional over here. And then you find out when you become an adult that that person even hasn't even been doing that long, and they're quote unquote a professional.
Oh, when you get older, you just realize, we're all just bullshitting.
Oh my gosh.
There's I know like 7 real like adults, like professionals that are like, this is what, like, they have their life figured out. Like, they know exactly what they want to do. They do this, boom, 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 A, B, C. Like, I have my structure. I have my kids. I have my life. I have my wife. We do this. That, like a real life adult professional person.
That's like a cerebral assassin.
I know like 4 people that fit that description. Maybe, and I can't even think of one right now. Like, legitimately.
But if I thought hard enough, there's probably 4.
Yeah, if I thought hard enough, I could probably think of 4 people. That sounds like honestly, that sounds like a terrible way to live life too. Like, it sounds good.
Wait, hang on. You mean you rather just walk around being like, I'm 40 now. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I'm not saying that, but like, I don't know what I want to do with my life, and I don't know if I'm going to ever want to know. I don't know if I'm ever going to know what I want to do with my life, and I think that that's probably okay. Like, I think it's okay to not know. I think it's okay to be 45 and to be very successful in something and still to be like, yeah, but I could see myself quitting this tomorrow and going doing something else. Like, I think that's okay, and I think you could still be passionate about that thing you're doing, but you don't got to be tied down to it.
No. But have you ever just been good at something you never wanted to be good at?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I have been, but everything...
Because for the first time in my life, like, I was good at like construction and, just mechanical things, doing stuff with my hands. But I walked away from that. And now I've been gone away from it long enough. I'm like, dang, I kind of miss that. It's a weird feeling. Like, once because it kind of came easily. So it wasn't really that challenging. You just nitpicked it apart and found the things like, oh, I could use this to hate this for a while if I want. And then when you kind of let go of the hate and you get away from it, you're like, yeah, that's pretty cool that I could do that, and then you feel like, maybe I'm going to lose that skill if I don't keep doing it. It's a weird thought.
Not really.
I think I've had too much time on my hands.
I've never really... I think this
is post-school
I've never
Steven.
had a... I don't think I've... That's job related, I feel like. And I think the grass...
I was thinking more skill
yeah,
related.
well, that was... You put it to a job, though.
Yeah.
And I think the grass is always greener in that aspect. Like, when you're doing a job, it's like, ugh, I hate this. And then you go... Like, your boss is always a jerk until you meet your new boss,
And then they eventually become that.
Exactly.
And you just got to keep...
And then you miss your old boss, and it's like, the grass is always going to be greener, but I've never had... You said a skill that I didn't want to have?
No, I mean, just like anything. Like, for example, like you could be great at, talking like on a podcast, then you leave it for a while, and you're like, man, I kind of miss that.
Oh, everything. I haven't fished in 2 years, and I'm going to start fishing this year again, like, hopefully at least twice a month. Like, I love fishing so much. I used to do it all the time. I love bass fishing.
If my brother's listening, he's probably like, yo, dude, get that dude down here and let him come fishing with me. My brother's like every weekend. Yeah.
Let's go. I know there's some big bitches down in Oklahoma.
Dude, he's down in the Texarkana area where it all comes together. It's the second place in the United States other than the Pacific Northwest where they think Bigfoot is real. So you could go fishing during the day and Bigfoot hunting at night.
Oh, shit. I'll go fishing during the day.
And I'm
not going big. You fucking... crazy sons of bitches. It's definitely not in Texas. It's probably in the Pacific Northwest. It's not in Texas.
I know it's going to need some thick ass trees.
Yeah, it's like not in Texas.
They're down there and there's like a little patch of woods.
Where you're looking through the what's that? The tumbleweed.
Yeah, the tumbleweeds.
Tied in the tumbleweeds.
That's the cool part about Oklahoma. I can say is half the state when if you're coming from Chicago and you're going through like the Tulsa area and you're going down so through Joplin or whatever, it's really green. But then as you get to the center of the state, it's like, that's an amateur move, and I'm how many episodes in? And then it's really green, and then middle of the state, it starts changing, and then you get out to the western part near the Panhandle side, it's just dead. It's
right.
And then it slowly starts turning into the desert as you get into Texas and New Mexico, and you're like, oh, I just drove through 2 worlds.
This is where the Wild West was. This is where the West was won around here, folks.
Dude, trivia question.
Uh-huh.
What would you do if you were born back in the 1700. If you're all Dino, Uncle
old
Dan.
Old Dan would
Uncle
fucking...
Dan. You're Uncle Dan back then.
Don't
Everybody was Uncle something back then.
Fuck it.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna be wide open in that bitch.
Are you carrying double 6 shooters? What's going down?
First of all, I literally have a knife strapped to my leg right now. So
and you got probably one in your fanny.
My fanny's in my car. That's why I got one of them strapped to my leg. But I got 2 6-shooters on me. I got People have a feather in their cowboy hat. I got a throwing knife in my cowboy hat. I got a tomahawk in the back. In the satchel on my horse is a throwing axe and shit.
What about like a
2 6-shooters?
rifle?
Rifling was invented in...
I mean, no, there was no rifling in the barrel back then, but there were rifles.
Yeah, I ain't using...
They just weren't as accurate.
Yeah, I'm smart. I ain't using no rifle. We getting up close and personal. I'm going back. I'm probably going to go dig up like an old pirate ship and grab a blunderbuss. And
there
just
you go.
up close and personal every once in a while and just sneak up behind somebody. Let me tell you something. You walk into a saloon.
Are you going to Dodge City?
Let me tell you, you walk into a saloon in about 1792 in West Oklahoma.
I feel like you just quoted your favorite bourbon.
And you walk in that motherfucker and something goes crazy and you break out a blunderbuss. Everybody's taking 6-shooters and you just blow 2 folks' heads off in one shot. Ain't no more bar fighting no more. It's just your bar.
No,
that's the way it goes.
I have this vision of you that you're walking around double 6-shooters, cowboy hats, spurs on, and
I would definitely rock some spurs.
And you're carrying a satchel because you're carrying a modern day fanny pack,
Absolutely.
a modern day satchel, and then in that satchel you would have a deck of cards because you'd be good at cards.
I am good at cards actually. I
That's
love
what
poker.
I'm saying. Like,
I love me some poker.
I feel like you'd be good even back then.
Oh, I would wreck those dudes, and it would be somebody nerve-wracking sons of bitches like playing cards with my sister's kids, like that dumb son of a bitch. I'll grab him by his ear too. Don't talk to nobody like that. It's a gentleman's game, sir.
Hang on, would you be hitting up the ladies?
Whores?
The ladies of the night.
I mean, when in Rome, you do as the Romans do. Right?
But hang on, would you be a nice guy, where would you rob banks and trains and? What would you do? Are you a rancher? What's going down?
Well, I'm not sure. I think I would. I would be the loner that just strolls into town, and if there's any ruffians that need cleaned up, they just happen.
So you're like the temporary sheriff when the town goes crazy.
If old Dan strolls into town,
oh, your Uncle Dan, remember back then?
Any ruffians that just happen to be there, they don't happen to be there when I leave anymore. So that's what happens. We play some cards, and I just say, just shut the saloon down and let me handle it, and then. For some reason the ruffians don't come back no more. We don't have to talk about why, but they just don't come back anymore.
And you just go from town to town?
And then I just go town to town. If there's no ruffians, we just hang out, drink some bourbon, hang out with some whores, play some cards maybe and have a good time. And then I get back on my horse, ride to the next town.
But are you the guy at the card table when you catch the guy cheating, you just shoot him at the table?
No, see,
or do you take him out and rough him up?
I take him outside and talk to him first and be like, hey man, right now, I got to tax you. I got to tax you 10% of the stack right now. So just slide 10% over right now. We can keep
Wait, just
playing.
to you, or do you spread the wealth?
Just to me. I only caught you. I'm not going because if I tell everybody you're dead,
somebody's gonna shoot him.
If I tell everybody you're dead, so just give me 10% of the stack right now. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody else saw it. If I catch you again, though, I'm gonna tie you down to the poker table and I'm gonna set you on fire.
What's your horse's name?
Steve.
I don't know whether to feel flattered or insulted right now.
I didn't think of you either. I think that's a funny name for a horse.
Is it gonna be like a fancy horse, like a
oh
a
no, just a nice. I just want a nice like a deep brown horse,
hefty steed,
a nice brown with a nice like dark brown mane and a dark brown tail. It's a strong horse.
Could you imagine somebody listening that knows a lot about horses be like, these motherfuckers don't even know what kind of like horse that would be?
I don't. You're right, but I do know it'd be like, hey. He'd be like, hi ho, Silver, away. I'd be like, fuck you, let's go, Steve. That'd be my fucking horse.
Hey,
that'd be so.
If you and I right
or
now,
Charlie would be a nice name for a horse.
That's also my middle name. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Why do you I feel like you just want to name a horse
go on
after
a date?
me. Kinda. So that's where this is going. So if you and I
going on a date,
if you and I went to a rodeo.
I've been to a rodeo.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, would that be your first rodeo?
No, it would not.
Okay.
I've been to a rodeo when I was about 10 years old.
Just one?
That was enough.
Dude, I grew up in Oklahoma. I went to
I'm sure you went to rodeos every weekend.
Dude, we were such hooligans every year, like in my small town, that the rodeo would come through. And while like all the parents were in the grandstands and stuff, like I'm talking like that's how young we were. Like we had to be driven there. And we would just go out in the parking lot in between cars, and like kids from other towns that, we just didn't like because of sports. We'd all fight in the parking lot. And I'm not kidding. It happened all the way up into high school. Like that. We just show up to the rodeo and just throw down.
Damn, I wish my fucking town was like that.
It was the Wild West for us kids. And
People wasn't really fighting There's a lot of jaw jacking where I'm from, but nobody really wanted to get chin checked.
Not my town, dude.
There's a couple groups of it. Like when I hung out with the wrestlers and shit, we would fight, but that was just because we were wrestlers and that was fun and we had nothing else to do. But most people were just a bunch of pussies.
Look at you 10 years later. You're doing it, you know, for money.
Yeah, I was telling all my like everybody I've told that like, hey, I'm fighting now. They're like, okay, that makes sense. Like, yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Like I just thought it would be a good time, but people think they could say whatever they want to say to people, and there's not repercussions. Like I say whatever I want to say, but I'll let's fucking go. I don't give a shit.
You're prepared to dance.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. But a lot of people just where I was from, they just said whatever they wanted to fucking say, and then were amazed if you would want to fight them after they said that. They're like, what do you? And it's like, wait, you just think you're allowed to say that to people? It's like, no, not really.
Have you seen Talladega Nights?
Yeah, of course.
He's like,
dude.
with all due respect.
With all due respect, that doesn't make a rat's ass worth of sense. You can't just say that to me. I'm your boss. Well, I sure as hell can. I said with all due respect, that idea is not worth 2 shits worth of squirrel.
And he goes, you just can't say with all due respect and then say whatever you want.
You're goddamn right I can.
Oh, man.
That's a great movie.
That's it.
Ricky
I
Bobby
need to watch
is
that
such
again.
a good character. Oh, my God.
Somebody told me that the new Watson movie or whatever it is
is just bad.
I heard it was just
I'm sure it's going to be trash too, but people go in. I think a lot of people go into those movies with like a high expectation of like, oh, it's going to be a Sherlock Holmes film of like it should be based off of Sir. I'm blanking on old boys from Britain's name right now who actually made it up, but it's not. It's John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, the dude from Step Brothers. They're gonna make a mockery of it, and it's gonna be like fucking hilarious. Absolutely. Let's relax here, guys. But
could you imagine making a movie so terrible you just have to come back and apologize to all your viewers and fans? Okay, sorry guys. Speaking of that, we need to do that.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, that's me.
I'll apologize for talking over a little bit.
No, okay. So guys, Dean and I are not going to release
we're not?
The second half of the Steve Dow.
I didn't say
interview.
we shouldn't do that. I said that we should say release it if you don't. This is what I said, guys. He's the producer of the podcast.
I'm editing this out, so nobody's gonna hear this. So you're not gonna sound like the saint.
I'm not trying to sound like the saint. First of all, don't be fucking coming at me like I'm trying to sound like the saint. When you make a Facebook post saying you want to do a comedy podcast, first of all, that implies that you think you're the fucking funny here, which we could do a poll if you want to see who thinks that.
I wanted to do a comedy podcast that was just, you know, where I didn't have to talk about fighting and jujitsu and things like that.
We don't have to talk about that.
I know we don't.
It also implies that, like I said,
but you also acted like you weren't going to be involved in this.
When? When did I act like when? Fuckhead.
Right now. I don't know. I'm making this up.
Yeah, I said I was
throwing words at you.
You said no. See, yeah, you're just making shit up right now. We had a conversation, and I said because you were worried because that podcast was dog shit, and because we got fucked up and we were talking over each other, and
so bad.
you dominated the conversation for 2.5 hours of the 3 hours, and
Dow took his pants off,
and you were like, "I'm not gonna release this because it's bad," and I was like, "Yo, fuck it, we're young in this game. We'll address it. We'll say that we fucked up, and we'll get better at it. Fucking sorry if you don't like it, sorry." But it's not like we're going to not do it, and we're not going to not release it. And if you don't want to release it, that's fine. I don't care. You're the producer.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to it for a while. I'm not saying I'm not ever going to not release it. Maybe do a special
episode and be like, hey, guys, here's your little treat. You can enjoy how fucked up we got.
I might like do like a little segment of it, you know, and drop
That'd
it in
be funny.
somewhere.
That'd be a good one. Yeah, for sure. That'd be a good one.
Because there was some good stuff in there.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Just
like,
make a special anniversary on like a Thursday one day and just drop like a highlight video or something, you know? That'd be good. I think that'd be a good one.
That would be good. We don't have a video of it. That's the problem.
Or highlight audio, whatever. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely do that. Yeah, if we had video, they would see pantsless.
If it was video,
Steve
we'd
Dow.
have to release the whole thing because
Oh
it got stupid.
Dude, I still have the video from the Fight Companion that almost crashed my computer when I tried to upload it, and I still need to just upload it because it was a great video.
I was eating chicken wings and drinking beer the whole time.
Dude, I got to get that too. It's on my hard drive right here. It's hilarious
That's
stuff.
good stuff.
But yeah, so I'm not going to release it because I wasn't proud of how I was talking over everybody because we got a little. We were what do they call it? 2 sheets past the wind or whatever. I don't know.
That's some real white saying right there. I don't know. 2 sheets past the wind.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying y'all and howdy.
I say y'all all the time.
Well, we're from
But,
mid Southwest.
What?
Yeah.
Let's 2 sheets past the wind. That was like
Or drunker than Cooter Brown, as my dad likes to say.
drunker than Cooter Brown.
I don't even know who Cooter Brown is, but apparently that dude gets hammered, hammered.
Fucking.
So, but yeah, we were not in. Mainly me. Well, no, it was all of us.
No,
we
we were
not
all fucking talking about nothing, just
Yeah.
being ridiculous.
And I know that I've gotten some messages from some of you guys, so thank you for reaching out. But I'm going to hold on to that and decide what I'm going to do with it. So if anybody wants to know, like, hey, when's part 2 coming out? Well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It'll be all right.
I don't know.
And it'll be all right. They can hang. They'll get over it.
But yeah, no, the comedy thing was, I was like, man, I love podcasting. I love talking. I'm not saying I'm funny. I just wanted basically to reach out and see what kind of comedians want to come on, because yeah, you would definitely have to be in on that, because I don't know. That's why you're on this now.
I know. I was just fucking with you. I saw that. I was like, huh.
But I'll just throw words at
Okay,
you right now in
cutie.
the moment and just throw things. But you know what's depressing is because I put that out there because I'm friends on Facebook and stuff with a lot of comedy major people that do stand
That's
up.
a thing?
Yeah, at Columbia.
Oh, you can comedy. You can major in comedy.
Dude, I got a make believe degree in television. It's the weirdest thing. Like,
Dude, I wasn't good at college, so I'm sure there's degrees for everything.
I can't believe I have a college degree. Like, you ever look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, hey, that guy's got a college degree, and I'll look around, I'm like, who?
Right. You're just like,
Who?
Yeah.
It felt like it was weird. It felt like a prison sentence. Like, and I just had to do my time, but it wasn't a bad experience. It was like,
Right.
hey, it's gonna hang out with a bunch of weirdos. Like, no offense, kids, there is an art school. Not attacking you. You gotta be careful what you
Oklahomian
say.
at liberal arts school is going to be a fun time.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, there's this kid from Edmond, Oklahoma, and I saw him, and he saw my my OU shirt. He goes, oh, are you from Oklahoma? I was like, yeah, from Norman. He's like, oh, cool. He's like, I'm from Edmond. He goes, I didn't think I'd ever see another Oklahomian here.
Oklahoma.
Oh no, he goes Oklahomian. I was like, man, I said that out loud one time. Does it sound that dumb? It was
It sounds dumb when you say anything from
Oklahoma. That's so stupid.
Oklahoma. What up?
Like, he didn't even say it cool. He's like the whitest white kid ever, and he's like, oh, it's cool to see another Oklahoma. I'm like, dear God, don't ever say that to anybody again.
You should just say another person from Oklahoma. Just put a little bit more effort into your words.
Well,
It'll be all right.
we'll call like each other like Oklahomans, like not like
it should
men
be
as
Oklahomian, because that's
like a Floridian,
Floridian or
like Florida.
I didn't realize that was
Florida.
like he was from Florida until I realized that's how he spelled it out, and it was just a dash, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess, dude.
Creative concept.
Very
Went a long
creative.
way.
That dude still drops bangers. If you look up his
I thought he
work,
retired.
I think he's still dropping bangers.
Or maybe
Not
that was
sure.
Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka.
That-
Walk it like a talk it.
That's not the same people. That's Migos.
Yeah, oh, that is.
You fucking white person.
I don't know. I apologize. I don't know where I was going.
Micha takes down Pletcher.
Dude, so this is for a third place match, the Michigan 133 pounder. Dude, I'm gonna tell you that Dayton Fix from Oklahoma at 133, the number 1 seed, the redshirt freshman.
He's an animal.
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna win.
I also, when I was watching, because they talk about like the side stories on this, I can't remember what the kid's name was. Is it Nolf from
Jason Nolf.
Penn State?
Yeah.
So during his first match Thursday night, they were talking about Nolf got married and his wife goes to Penn State and she plays soccer. She was drafted 24th pick of the first round by the women's like professional soccer league and has, I guess, a shot to make the USA team. And I was like, dude, they're gonna make some Olympic babies.
Yeah, for sure.
And that what reminded me was JJ Watt, him and his girlfriend, she's on the U.S. women's national team. But Zach Ertz, the tight end for the Eagles, went to Stanford. His wife went to Stanford, and she's on the U.S. national women's team. I was like, there's our future
That's
team.
some Viking DNA over there.
That's why I said, they're either going to be Olympians or they're going to rape and pillage this earth. Like, there's no in between. Could you imagine having like a 6'5" child that's just DNA genetics that's like takes over the world?
I'll just get on steroids and be able to beat the shit out of them.
Yikes.
You can't have a kid that can be able to beat your ass.
No, I know. That's why like you got to go pick out like a feeble partner to mate with. Like, no, we can't be, we can't have somebody's going to kill me.
But then that recessive gene could just come through super strong. You never know.
Well, don't lions like try to kill their young, or is it tigers or somebody? So the mother has to separate the kids from the father. Or is bears? Maybe it's bears.
Definitely. Bears try. I know if they're hungry, the bears will just eat each other. And I know that sometimes I think the grizzly males are horny, they'll eat the young, so female go back into heat. I think there's a lot of animals though.
Ooh, everybody be thankful for your Starbucks.
Yeah,
and life being easy.
A lot of people that are animal rights activists and stuff don't like that part of the animal kingdom. That's a very real thing, and they don't acknowledge that. They're just like, no, it's all Yogi Bear, and they're all nice and fluffy, and it's like, okay, well, you go hang out with them for a day, see how well that goes.
Yeah, that person jumps in the jaguar cage and just gets yacked.
Did you see that there was some bitch that went too close to like?
It was a jaguar cage.
It was a jaguar,
yeah,
and then
she got in there.
She's trying to say that they need better security, so she couldn't get into the cage. Like, what kind of dumb? Who do you think you are? Hey, that thing is not your fucking... Have you ever seen your cat get like mad? Your little 7-pound house cat and jump on top of the fridge? That thing, the big cats have those same muscles, just bigger, yeah. Like way bigger. So don't get in the enclosure. Don't blame the zoo for you getting in the enclosure because you're fucking dumb. Like, that's the circle of life. I wish she'd have got eaten.
I do too. I was thinking, I was like, that jaguar was trying to do us a solid thin out the population.
I think what needs to happen is we need to let all zoos be free for like a month, and
no cage, no bars,
like very like limited, like so where the animals can't get out, but like if you want to get in, you could for sure.
Like
get
Jurassic
in.
Park,
absolutely, and you can like for sure get in if you want to get in, and let's just see who comes out of the zoo alive. Because I feel like if you want to go take a picture next to a lion, the lion should be allowed to eat you. Because that's just the lion doing lion shit. And that's you doing dumb white bitch shit.
So basically, bring your friend who's fat and slow and you can outrun.
Absolutely.
Check this out. This just happened on the south side. I believe it was a week ago. 4 kids. Did you see that? Where they got out and then like this pit bull was running around like not on a leash and nobody knew where the owners was, and the kids
got the backpack, right?
Yeah, got the backpack. So they start running, and so like 3 people, 3 kids make it into the house, and then like the slow one in the back, like he gets attacked, but luckily he was wearing a backpack, and the dog grabs the backpack, and I was like, that's the exact definition of this, or the story when we all say like if you're in the woods, you can't be the last one. You got to run faster than your buddies. So that's what it was. Could you imagine though that kid has to walk around the rest of his life knowing that he was the slow one in that situation? I bet you he starts running
right
from now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck that.
Never again. Like if he's smart, he's like Animal Kingdom. Nope, never again.
You know who else also get way too close to animals on like the safaris and shit? It's like Chinese and like Asian and Japanese.
A lot of those people over there too. Maybe they need to be thinned out like some of our people.
That is true. They got a lot. They got a big population, so they got a lot of people, small area. Could just be.
Dude, their government's trying to like control, how many kids they can have.
They've been doing that since. I remember that being around like when I was a kid. Like they were like, if you need one boy only, you can have one or as many boys as you can, but only one girl or something like that.
Weird.
It was weird.
Weird. We live in a weird planet.
Humans are weird, dude.
Dude,
humans are so
like I love us some
complex.
days. Some days I love us, and some days I'm like, oh. But anyway, let's get to a couple of hype or not hypes.
Oh, for sure.
I had them written down, and I didn't bring the paper over here.
God damn it.
But I think I remember them. Hype or not hype. This is not during weight cutting. Is carrying snacks on you at all times, whether it's your bag, your fanny pack, your pockets. Carrying snacks on you. Hype or not?
I mean, it's pretty. I don't really do it. I understand why some people do it, but I'm not a all day snacker type person. I just kind of go grab my food,
big meals one at a time,
eat what I want, and not even eat big meals. Sometimes it's just I just eat when I don't have. I just don't always have it on me. I should maybe. I probably would feel better, but I feel like if I did that, I would just always carry like chips and like candy bars and shit like that around, so it wouldn't even be the best option for me anyway. I definitely don't see me carry around like bags of granola and almonds and bullshit like that.
We should have done like if you carried it like a survival satchel, like when we were talking about the Western thing, like what would you have in it? That's what we should have done.
Oh, and I'm gonna make a survival kits up. Start making my survival kits. And
dude, Doomsday Preppers is back on Netflix.
I don't watch Doomsday Preppers, but I'm gonna be a prepped Doomsday person, or not even Doomsday, just a prep person.
Hey, I know too many preppers for one, but I got a couple preppers in my family.
Oh, I'm sure those Oklahomians love their underground bunkers.
Dude, like part of me is like, that's so dumb, but then the other half of my brain's like, but bro, like what if you're not prepared?
What I mean, absolutely. What if you're not prepared? You got to have something just in case the Ruskies invade.
Yeah. Ooh, yikes. The second hype or not hype, I'm gonna just completely make one up because God, I'm so stupid. I didn't bring my list over here. And this is more hype than the other. Not hype or not hype, but more hype than the other. NCAA wrestling championships or March Madness basketball. Which one's more hype? Even if your bias is in it, which one?
Nationally, obviously the NCAA tournament, March Madness is more hype, but just wrestling is just.
Oh, we got Demas from OU over here, freshman All-American. He's going for third place against your Mizzou boy.
Let's go, Mizzou, baby.
No, dude, come on.
Oh, my guy's going to win. It's the third period. We're up 1-0, and we already got a point of riding time. You need a takedown, and we can't get let up.
Oh, man. We need a takedown and a near fall here. Come on, Demas.
You need to take down, ride him out, take that riding time away.
Let's give him a little play-by-play.
Oh, there it is.
Nope,
oh,
nope.
No,
Demas is too good. Man, this is a close match.
This pass by is going.
We got 1 minute left in this thing.
Minute 15. Oh, they didn't.
There's a UFC tonight, by the way. Stephen Thompson and Anthony Pettis.
I think that's going to be a better fight than people think.
Dude, Pettis looked good on that scale.
Yeah. Ellerman is doing fakes, collar tying in, hand fighting. Ellerman backs up.
Oh, look at that feet. Look at that footwork. It's like doing ladder drills.
Double collar tie. Demas drops down.
Dude, hey.
I was going to say, Ellerman's going to start stalling.
That's the first time I think I've seen Mizzou not wear that nasty yellow. Those whites, that white one's pretty cool with the tiger stripes on the back.
A bunch of different ones, yeah.
Dude, do you think if those stripes went vertical, do you think that would be a bad look? Like,
Ellerman's really going to get hit with the stalling call if he fucking keeps backing up like this. He's got a fight in there.
Dude, they're calling stalls early now.
As they should. I hated this backing up shit.
You know that when I used to go watch my cousin Joe wrestle a lot, especially like when he was in Little League and in junior high and high school, and they didn't call stalls worth shit back then.
Wrestling's way more exciting than it is when we grew up. They've made it be more exciting.
Which, speaking of like doomsday prepping and survival skills, I think that's probably one of the best survival skills to know is how to wrestle. Whether you're boy, girl, when you're young, teach them both.
Or how to shoot straight.
Well, I mean, around me, yeah, that's a must. Like, you ever just realize the thing like your future, kids are going to be subjected to? Mine are going to be like hunting and.
Ellerman takes third.
Oh man, he cheated. That's what my dad says when like his guy doesn't win. He's like, I cheated. All right, everybody, we're wrapping this up. It's 58 minutes in. Thank you all for chilling with us this week.
Yeah, it was nice to hang out, a little podcast. Have a good one, guys.
All right, we out.
Say hello to the stars above.